Hello lovely people, welcome back to another interesting sewing tutorial which we are going to learn how to cut and sew this beautiful flare gown that you see on the screen. You can decide to style it in 4 different ways. You can style it as an off-shoulder gown, you can style it as a normal gown with shoulder, and you can style it with belts, and you can style it without belts. So if this sounds as something you're interested in learning, keep on watching. I'm going to cut my front and my back piece together. So I will start by folding my fabric into two. Can you see? Then I'm going to fold it back to make it four. Can you see? I'm trying to arrange my fabric. So after folding my fabric, the next thing will be for me to mark 2 inches on the top of the fabric, as you can see me doing so. I'll go ahead and roll it with my roller. So the 2 inches will be where I'm going to fold for my elastic to pass through. So I'll go ahead and roll with my roller. So now let's input our measurement. So I want the off shoulder to be 5 inches below the shoulder. So all my measurement will start from this line, and it will be my 5 inches. That is 5 inches on the tape will be on that line, and then every other measurement will start from there. So I'm marking my armhole measurement now. That is the chest line, as you can see. I will mark it on this other side of the fabric as well, so that I can roll a straight line. So the next measurement now will be my full length of the gown. So my full length, I need a full length of 43 inches. So it will start from the 2 inches line, which is the line for my elastic. Then I will place my 5 inches on that line. Then I will measure to where I have my 43 inches plus my hemming allowance of 2 inches, making it 45 inches. So as to have fullness when I put my elastic, I'm going to mark 9 inches from my center front, as you can see me doing so. If you don't want your gown to be too big, instead of 9 inches, you can mark 4.5 or 5 inches. So all my vertical measurement will start from that point. The next thing now will be for me to mark the same 9 inches on that my face 2 inches line. Can you see? The next thing will be for me to mark my bust measurement, divide by 4 on my chest line, and also on the 2 inches line. Can you see? So I will go ahead and cuff my armhole cuff now. So I'll go ahead and add my seam allowance. Then I will rule from that point, that is from the chest line, down to my full length line. Can you see? So I'll go ahead and cut my fabric now. This is my front piece, and this is my back piece. I'm going to use it and cut my lining. So I will place my lining, then I will use the fabric to cut the lining. The next thing will be for me to cut my sleeve. So I'm going to use a puff sleeve for this dress, but you can decide to use any other sleeve. It depends on your preference. So I will just place my fabric I'm going to place them together. I'm cutting both the front and the back at the same time. So I will fold my fabric into two, as you can see me doing so. Then I'm going to use my main fabric. Since it is a puff sleeve, I'll just use my main fabric and cut it. It's also the same way that you cut your off shoulder sleeve. You can cut it using your off shoulder sleeve pattern. So I will just place my main fabric. This is just a shortcut. I'll place my main fabric. I will align them together. Then I will go ahead and cut the sleeve. The next thing now will be for me to join both my lining and the main fabric together. So I will place them right side facing each other. Then I will go ahead to my sewing machine. I'll use 0.5 inch and join them. Then I'll bring it for you to see. If this video has been helpful to you, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. So I've joined it, as you can see. So the next thing I will do will be for me to go ahead and top stitch on the lining. So I will fold the sewing allowance side towards my lining. Can you see? Then I will go ahead and top stitch very close to the seam line. If today is the first time you come across my channel, welcome to my channel. Please like, comment and subscribe to the channel, and to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for your support. After joining the hemline, the next thing will be for me to join the upper part. So I will place my lining and my fabric together, right sides facing each other. So I will use 0.5 as well and join it. After joining it, I will open it up and top stitch on the lining the same way we did for the hemline. I also join the lining on the sides as well. So these are my both pieces. I've joined the lining and the main fabric on both the front and the back piece together. Can you see? So I'll go ahead and place them right side facing each other. That is the right side of the front and the right side of the back piece facing each other. Then I will go ahead and join the two pieces together, starting from my armhole all the way to the hemline. Let's work on the sleeve. I said it earlier that I'm using a puff sleeve. Fold the down part of your sleeve by 1 inch. Can you see the way my sleeve is? That folding is where my elastic will pass through, and this is the elastic that I am using. So for you to know the length of the elastic, if you are using a puff sleeve as well, measure the circumference of where the elastic will be, and then you minus about 2 inches from the measurement, then use it to cut your elastic. And after cutting it, go ahead and insert it on your sleeve. I will repeat the same thing on the other side of my sleeve. Then I will go ahead and join the sleeve, as you can see me doing so. I'll join the inner part of the sleeve together for both my front and my back. Then I will go ahead, the joining where I join the sleeve, I will place it to the joining of my side seam, that is on the armhole. Then I will join it all to the top part, and I will do same to the other side of the sleeve. The next thing now will be for us to work on the main fabric. So I will measure where my off shoulder will be. I said it will be 5 inches below the shoulder. So I will measure the circumference of that place. After measuring it, I will minus about 5 inches or 4 inches. It depends on how tight you want it to be. Then when I minus that inches, whatever measurement I have, I'll use it to cut the elastic that will pass through the upper part of the dress. After cutting my elastic, the next thing will be for us to create channel that the elastic will pass through. So remember, when we cut the fabric, we leave about 2 inches on the upper part. So that is where the elastic will pass through. So I'm going to fold in about 1.5 inches. Remember, we use 0.5 to join the lining and the main fabric. So what is left is 1.5 inches. So I will fold the 1.5 inches. Can you see? Then I will go over to my sewing machine. I will sew it all the way around. Remember that we joined the sleeve, so I will sew it to the sleeve part as well. After sewing it, then I will leave about 3 inches where I'm going to use to pass the elastic. I will show you when we get to that point. So I've created the channel. This is where the elastic will pass through. So the next thing now will be for me to use my pin. I will use it to pass the elastic through the channel. So after passing my elastic, I'm going to use my zigzag stitch and attach the elastic together. Can you see? The next thing now will be for me to go ahead and close the 2 inches that are left for the passing of the elastic. So I'll go ahead and close it now. So my off shoulder dress is ready. Can you see how beautiful it looks like? Can you see? So I said it earlier, you can decide to style it as an off shoulder. You can decide to style it like a normal shoulder this way, or you can decide to use a belt, or you can use without a belt. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, share our videos, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notification bell so that when I upload new sewing tutorial, you'll be notified. See you on our next video. Bye bye.